SRX. Let's get into it. Alright guys, so we are now driving the 2012 Cadillac SRX, and I wanted to get some of the mechanical features out the way right off the bat. So this has a 3.6 liter V6, 308 horsepower, 265 foot-pound of torque. Fuel economy comes in at 17 miles city and 24 miles highway. It does have a 6-speed automatic transmission, and one thing to note is that this 3.6 liter V6 is standard now on the 2012s and newer Cadillac SRXs. If you're looking to get a Cadillac SRX that's a 2012 older, the 3.6 liter V6 does not come standard. You will have an option of a 4-cylinder, and I think it's a 3-liter V6. The 3.6 liter, in my opinion, is the best motor out of all of them. The 4-cylinder motor option on the 2011s and older are, in my opinion, isn't a good motor. It's one, you get less gas mileage, and you got to put premium fuel. So on top of the fact that you get worse gas mileage, you also got to put more expensive fuel in it. And also has less horsepower, so it's more sluggish. To me, all cons, no pros. The 3.6 liter V6 motor is the one that you want. Luckily, on the 2012 and newer models, the Cadillac SRX, it comes standard, so you won't have to worry about that if you are getting a 2012 or newer. So to get right into it, I really like the Cadillac SRX. It is a comfortable car. I daily drive a 2012 Kia Optima SX, so that does have more of a sporty feel, sporty seats, if you want to, call it that. Coming from that to this, it's a big difference. I could easily go on a road trip in this car. Super comfortable. I would have no issues. If you have kids, they will have no issues going on a long road trip in this car. You will be just fine. This is a 2012, but the interior to me still looks really luxurious. It is very well kept. The interior has really held up. There are no cracks on the dash. It does have leather interior dash. It's soft touch, no cracks. We live here in Florida, so Florida heat is brutal. Tends to dry up the dashes, dry up your leather seats, but this has held up really well. For a 2012, I would almost say the interior is in perfect condition. This is a daily driver for the family that owns it, and they have kids, so it's not a car that has been babied. It's a car that has been driven. It's given them zero issues. If I'm not mistaken, they've had it since 2014 or 15, and the only thing that they had to do was fix the AC. They had to put a new AC compressor in it. Other than that, zero issues, which I would expect. It being a GM vehicle, I would expect it to be reliable. Yes, it's a Cadillac, considered a luxury vehicle, which it is a luxury vehicle. A lot of people say BMWs, Lexus, whatever, any luxury brand is just unreliable. I feel like luxury vehicles have that stigma, but that is not the case with the Cadillac SRX. I feel like this is a super reliable car. You can drive it with ease, no worries, and you'll be just fine. Another thing that I really like about the Cadillac is that it feels tanky, if I could use that word. It's a heavy car, so about 4,500 pounds. The steering, it's a little tight, but I like that. I like it feeling safe. If this is gonna be a family car, I know that's something you would wanna have. That's something you would want to feel in your car. You would want to feel safe, and I feel like this car gives you that. It feels well built. A lot of reviews that I read and watched, people really bashed the fact that the car is heavy. To me, I like it. Again, it just gives you that safety aspect, I feel like, in a car. It's not a bad thing. To me, it's a good thing. It makes me feel safe. I feel secure in the car. Big plus for me. Going into some of the features of the car, this is the luxury trim. So it does have a Bose stereo system. Sounds amazing. Again, you have the leather interiors. You have a panoramic sunroof, which to me, I really like. I like the panoramic sunroof. It just gives you that much more of an open feel, airy feel. I love it. A lot of people don't like it. I'm a big fan of them. One thing that I really like about this car, which is I guess maybe a little gimmicky, but I like it. The little gimmicky stuff, it gets me. It's bad. But the screen in the front, it goes up and down. That's kind of cool to me. So whenever you put it on park, it'll go down. Whenever you put it on drive, it will go back up. You do have the option to manually bring it up and down. If you don't want to have it up while you're driving, that is an option. Even on the down setting, you still have the features for the radio. You'll still be able to see the volume, your radio settings, all that. That will still be available for you. But I just like it. So this car also has a feature where the child lock on the doors, you can activate it or lock and unlock it by a push of a button. I really like that. It's simple, it's easy. If you have passengers in the back and you forget to take off the child lock, you have to get out, manually do it. First world problems, right? But it is very convenient to be able to just do it with a push of a button. Speaking of child lock, as you can see, and I purposely left it in the back, there are 3 baby seats in the back right now. They are a little tight, but 3 baby seats still fit. It is a mid-size SUV. It's not a full-size SUV, so it might feel a little tight back there with 3 baby seats, but it still works. If you're going out with your friends and you got 3 full-grown adults in the back, it will be tight. It's not gonna be a spacious, comfortable ride. I hope they're close because they will be shoulder to shoulder. If you have, 3 little kids in the back, I think they'll be fine. There's enough room for that. But for 3 adults in the back, it will be a tight ride. But you are buying a mid-size SUV. You're not getting a full-size SUV. There's pros and cons to both, right? Full-size SUV, you will have more space in the back, but you got a much bigger car. The fuel economy is not as great. It's a bigger car to drive, harder to park, etc., etc. This is what makes mid-size SUVs so popular, in my opinion. Mid-size SUV are all the rage right now, and rightfully so. And the Cadillac SRX is a great option for that. This car, brand new, back in 2012, was probably at least $40,000. You can buy this now at a fraction of the price, still have the luxury, still have the amazing ride. To me, it still looks really nice outside. To me, the body looks really good still. It's an excellent choice if you are in the market for a mid-size SUV. And as I mentioned, the leather on the dash is soft touch. I really like that. It's little things like that I feel like it gives you the quality of the car. They took the time to make sure that things are quality. Another feature that this car has that I think is very, in my opinion, is useless. It's not like the child lock button where you can unlock and unlock it at the push of a button. That's very useful to me. This has a knob where you can choose for the trunk to open max, so full all the way up, 3/4 or not at all. I don't know why anybody would want their trunk to only open 3/4 of the way. I would think that if you have a trunk and you're opening it, you would want it to open up all the way. But if you did want your trunk to open up only 3/4 of the way, you do have that option here with this knob. And again, this car has 308 horsepower. It's just enough power that if you're in the fast lane and you got a slow car in front of you, you would easily be able to get past them and go about your way. You will not be running any street races, but 308 horsepower in a mid-size SUV is definitely more than enough power to get up and go. It doesn't feel sluggish. It has, when you floor it, the motor has a good engine sound, in my opinion. I'm a big sports car type of guy, so engine noise, I like it. This one sounds good. Again, it's not a sports car, it's a mid-size SUV, so you don't have a loud exhaust on it, but when you floor it, you do hear the motor, and I tend to like that. And you really don't even have to floor it to get the car moving. Half throttle, you're good to go. Now this Cadillac SRX is the luxury trim, so all the windows go up and down automatically, or they all go down automatically. Only the front ones go back up automatically. It's a nice feature to have. It's something that I actually really like in cars. Again, first world problems. but I feel like it's something that just really adds that final touch to a car. It's the little things. The two front seats are power seats. I really like having both seats are power seats. I keep repeating myself, first world problems, but when you buy a Cadillac, you kind of want those features, right? You want to have the luxuries and just all the bells and whistles. And this one, although being a 2012, I feel like really gives you that. Both front seats, again, are powered seats. The front seats has these little, the front part extends even more. So if you're a tall person, you have that extra support for your legs. Again, it's little things like that that make you feel like the car was well thought out. I know it's not something that will entice everybody, but for that tall person that needs that extra support, it's a big plus. This being a mid-size SUV and not having the third row seat, you have a good amount of trunk space, which is a plus. A lot of third row SUVs, for example, like the Kia Sorento, it has a third row seat, but you have a very, very small trunk space. This one, it not having a third row seat, you have a lot of trunk space, plenty of room. You will not lack any space in the trunk. Another little feature that I like is that it has a clock in the center. This little clock, I don't know why I really like it. I don't think that newer Cadillacs have it. Honestly, wouldn't know. But I just feel like it adds a level of elegance to the car, having an actual clock. You do have the digital clock and on the screen in the center, but having that actual clock, I don't know. I like it. It gives it to me it gives it a bit more of an elegant look. Another feature that the car has, it does have eco mode that you can use for better fuel economy. Again, highway, the best you will get is about 24 miles to the gallon, but again, you have the eco mode to try to maximize your fuel economy as best as possible, which in today's day, it's a great feature with how expensive fuel is, so a big plus there. Well guys, that is about it. If you're in the market for a mid-size SUV and you're considering the Cadillac SRX, definitely do it. Again, make sure it's a 3.6 liter V6. That'll be the best option, but if you are in the market, do it. You won't regret it. You'll definitely like it. But thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for tuning back in. Don't forget, be great. I'll catch you guys on the next one.